Clunky, but surprisingly coordinated. China's robot dogs can run at speeds of up to 16 miles an hour. They perform tricks, are always obedient, and guaranteed to draw a crowd. The top dog can tackle even more adventurous terrain and be sent on a rescue mission or into a fire. They also bounce back from a beating, ready to go again. This one is strong enough to take my weight. And it may seem like a gimmicky toy, but it is part of the global race between the United States and China for new technology. Not only robotics, but also artificial intelligence. Here, China's People's Liberation Army is training with a gun-toting robo-dog, leading combat teams on military exercises. But weaponized robot dogs are not the goal, this company insists. The challenge, though, is how to stop it. There's been video of the Chinese military using these dogs with weapons on the top. What do you know about that?
We learn about this video from the internet, just like everyone else. We didn't know anything about it before that. We don't want our robot dogs to do anything that harms people. We're deeply sad about this too.
Does it worry you that it could be used in a battlefield, in a war?
No, the dog is not that smart. It's very simple. It needs human maintenance. It is difficult for it to do things that hurt people. It doesn't have a brain.
War aside, in downtown Beijing, this could be the perfect pet. You can take it for a walk, or not. There's no responsibility.
I think at the moment it's for people like me, or tech geeks and programmers and so on. But I think in the future it will be quite common, say in 5 or 10 years. I think humanoid robots, the more advanced version, will definitely enter people's homes, when they are affordable, of course.
This elite engineering, designed to humor and to help us. What do you think of the robo-dog?
Magical. When I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. And then I find that children are particularly attracted to it. Of course, adults.
All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And as you saw in the video earlier, you know, robot dogs are being weaponized. Now, when one of the citizens were asked, do it ever concern you that these robot dogs will have, will be used in, wars, battlefields? And the citizen basically said no, showing you how oblivious people are to the tyrannical government which they live in. As you may know, the people of society are being dumbed down by the food they eat, the air they breathe, the water they drink, and just the environment altogether. You got phones constantly releasing radiation, destroying brain cells, to the point to where people's way of reasoning is at an all-time low. Now they're saying that these robot dogs won't be, okay, yeah. I believe these robot dogs are going to be used on the battlefield. Now, as you heard in the video, the government claimed that the Chinese government claimed that these robots, they're not going to be used against, soldiers on the battlefield or, but rather they're being used to learn how to stop these robots. But yet we saw in a video where there were combat troops that was training with a robot dog. Okay, the robot dog was learning how to walk through a door, shoot particular targets, you know. So, you know, we're talking about people who are so docile that they believe that their government won't do them no wrong. Okay. And I'm here to tell you that one day these robot dogs and these humanoid robots are going to be used against people, whether civilians or soldiers on the battlefield. It don't matter. Okay. Here it is. When drones first came out, you know, the high-ranking officials told the American citizens that drones will never be used against, you know, people or against soldiers on the battlefield. And what are we hearing about now in news articles? We're hearing about drones, the blowing up hospitals, you know, destroying neighborhoods, killing people. So, you know, Esau's not making all these movies like Terminator, in which in one of the movies, Terminator, wasn't it not a I think he was a Moabite, or he could have been an Ammonite, who he basically played as liquid metal T-1000 or something like that. Okay, I think this was in one of the later Terminator movies. I can't remember the name of it. Okay, but it was either a Moabite or an Ammonite guy that was playing as a Terminator. Okay, he was acting as a Terminator robot. Okay, so, you know, Esau is showing you in these movies that he intend on using these robots to you know, put people into a panic, to push people into a corner. That way people will have to, you know, seek the government more. And we know what it means to, you know, to run to the government for, you know, safety, peace, away from the chaos, for security. It means you're going to have to take a device the size of a grain of rice, which we know to be the RFID micro C hip, which is the MOTB. Okay, which you should know what MOTB is an acronym for, according to Revelation 13, verse 16 down to 18. So the government is clearly lying to the people. They're going to use these robots against people. Okay. You don't think the United States, they have more advanced robot dogs than what China got. Okay. And they show you that in that movie, Black Mirror Metalhead. Just check out that show. Okay. In that movie, Black Mirror Metalhead, they were showing robots that can run damn near as fast as a car. Okay, jumping through windows, being able to push itself back on all four of its legs, and then pulling out a gun and shooting a person at pinpoint 100% accuracy, not even missing. You see? And that's why it is written in 2 Corinthians, you know, the 2nd chapter in the 11th verse. Okay. Because we can clearly see what's going on here. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay. We're not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant to the devices of Esau Edom. Okay, we see what's going on here. And the government would tell the civilians anything to keep them at rest, so their guard can remain down. That way, When the government accumulates too much power, it's too late for the people to react. Which, you know, you people reacting to the government's crimes and their wrongdoings is not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. Because ultimately, who controls the world? The so-called elites do, who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers. So when the government tell you, oh, don't worry, we're not going to use these robots against people, or, you know, we're not going to use them on the battlefield. You know, we're just using them to train how to, you know, overcome these robots. Meanwhile, they're clearly showing a robot training with soldiers to take out targets. But they're not going to use these robots on the battlefield. Yeah, they're going to use these robots on the battlefield. They already got drones on the battlefield. What do you think a drone is? That's an AI-controlled robot. But anyways, you know, I don't want to make this video too long. I pray and hope that you sincere brothers of the hopeful elect and you few sisters have been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom is on to the next one.